and welcome to our video from Bateman's, the former home of Rudyard Kipling, set in the beautiful East Sussex countryside. I hope you like what we put together. Why not subscribe? And if you enjoy the video, then give us a like, we'd really appreciate that. And as I said, Bateman's is in the southeast of the UK, in the beautiful county of East Sussex. In fact, it sits in the Sussex Weald. Its nearest mainline railway station is Etchingham, which is just over 3 miles away. And a visit to Bateman's includes a look around the house, the gardens, and possibly a look at the watermill. So without further ado, let's take a look at Rudyard Kipling's home, Bateman's. And after a short walk down the hill, you arrive at the Mulberry Tea Room. It's a little early for us to stop, I think. And now time for a little more about Rudyard Kipling. Born in India in 1865, he spent his formative years there, which obviously inspired him, having written the Jungle Books and The Man Who Would Be King, and poems such as Mandalay, Gunga Din, and of course, If. He bought Bateman's in 1902 and called it home until he passed away in 1936, and his wife Caroline left Bateman's to the National Trust in 1939 when she passed away. And what the National Trust have done has retained the character of the building as it was when Rudyard Kipling left it. So now let's take a look inside. You can imagine this little lobby was where you take off your muddy boots before you enter the main entrance hall. Although Rudyard Kipling wintered in South Africa, but someone's had a fire or two. The stone above the main entrance says this was built in 1634, but there's feelings there may have been a dwelling here long before that. The dining room may be small, but it's impressive, with its 18th century Corbida leather wall hangings depicting foliage and birds, bringing the outside in. And it does have a rather warm, homely feel about it. And each of the rooms are how you would expect to find them in the mid-1930s. And as you expect from National Trust properties, there's a real attention to detail. And at the foot of the stairs, a bust of Rudyard Kipling, and we head up, enjoying the decor as we go. And once you reach the top of the stairs, you find Rudyard Kipling's study, styled as you would expect it to be in his day. And I love the bin full of scrumpled outtakes, and the shelves are packed with books from his travels. And the next room is the exhibition room, with loads of little details from his life and works. And here you'll find a first edition of If, his famous poem. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired of waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give away to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you've given your life to, broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it all on the turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve you long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, not lose your common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son. I bet you wasn't expecting that. And now let's head towards the watermill. And as we walk along the banks of the River Dudwell, we pass a plaque commemorating the loss of 9 men in the First World War at the Battle of Loos, including Rudyard's own son, John. And at the end of the path, you come to Park Mill, which has recently been restored and well worth a look around. And now time to stroll back from the mill towards the house, once again passing through the gardens. And you can understand why Rudyard Kipling fell in love with this building, constructed out of local sandstone. And as you'd expect, the house and gardens are beautifully kept by the National Trust, and Bateman's is renowned for them. So we've seen the rose garden and the lily pond, as well as the quarterdeck and the spring borders. And we're now heading through the front garden, making our way towards the mulberry garden. And a great way to enjoy the mulberry garden is, of course, to grab some refreshments at the mulberry tea room. But we'll take a look at the borders, and this is how they look in mid-September. Stepping through the mulberry garden leads us towards the orchard and the vegetable garden. And this is a good time to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what we put together. Don't forget to give us a like, we'd really appreciate it. Stay safe, stay well, and happy travels.